burn from the gaze of the sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight. Straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect. Whole leg you do with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving in crypto specs. Maybach Hummer, sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums, couldn't show his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monster's out, straight down in the opera house. Scorpion pendant, red stone in a lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the China wear, speaking through Tesla phones. Tucked behind the ear, Snow White Royce, guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody hold it, rock rallies, mad nines in there. Hitters would go frontin' with the concierge. 50 years of hip hop, New York is the mascot. City is the backdrop. One more, you can holler at me. You can holler at me. Hey yo, 50 years of hip hop. Where the music don't stop, it started in the back blocks. The culture is the power that big. The pupils burn from the gaze of the sunlight. Trying to go legit this time with no gunfight. Straight flights to Ghana. My man got the gold connect. Whole leg you do with chicks on deck. He got Navy sailors moving in crypto specs. Maybach Hummer, sound like a discotheque. His brother Stan blew off his own hand. He's in the mausoleums, couldn't show his wrist back on. It's in the Coliseum. The monster's out, straight down in the opera house. Scorpion pendant, red stone in a lobster mouth. Diamonds embroidered in the China wear, speaking through Tesla phones. Tucked behind the ear, Snow White Royce, guts red with lasagna chairs. Scarface party was raw with mad lines in there. Everybody hold it, rock rallies, mad nines in there. Hitters would go frontin' with the concierge. 50 years of hip hop, New York is the mascot. City is the backdrop. One more, you can holler at me.
Yeah. Ghost Dini in the building. What is good, man? That's what I'm talking about, man. Seeing my man Ghostface Killah. The old Ghostface Killah, that is. You know what I mean? But what it is, man, it's your man King Eric going live with y'all. Talking hip hop tonight. I'm going live on Instagram too, so I'm hitting y'all with both. You know what I mean? Hitting y'all with both. Live and direct, man. But yeah, man. It's good to see Wu-Tang back in effect. It's good to see brothers still doing their thing, man. That freestyle was like marvelous, man. That was something that I wanted to hear from Ghost for years. Because I don't know what it is with me, analyzing the game and, being a journalist and actually being around studios and knowing how rappers pitch their voices. I don't know what it is, but it seemed to me that Ghost lost his voice somewhere, like down the line, like he sounds a little older. And yeah, you understand that with people, they age, they voice change, but somewhere down the line, it happened with Ghost, man. It happened with Ghost around that time. And I think it happened after 2015, 2016, because he sounded like he was a bit older, especially when you listen to some of the projects he was coming out. Now, 36 Seasons was dope, even though you started seeing some of it right there. I love the concept of 36 Seasons. It told a dope story. He had a dope supporting cast, but it's like the blaze was a little rusty. You know what I mean? The blaze was a little rusty. So then he put out this other album here. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. He put this other album here. I don't know if it was just a cash grab, but clearly Ghost's heart wasn't into it. Hold on one second. I'm gonna find the name of it. Hold on with that right quick, y'all. His heart definitely wasn't into that album. I think after it was after what's the name of that album? Damn. 36 Seasons came out in 2014. That's when I started noticing that his voice started changing a little bit. The Ghost Dini Wizard, the Ghost Dini Wizard, that was the last time we heard the old Ghost in a way. Then his voice started changing. And I don't know if it was possibly because of his issues, his health issues. He had health issues because he's a diabetic. I don't know if it's age, but people noticed down the line that his voice started to change. Then even with future projects that he will put out later on, like 12 Reasons to Die, 1 and 2. He started putting that out, his voice started changing then. It's like the darts was there, the bars were there, but the voice wasn't there, because the voice is what grabs niggas. And them tracks wasn't hitting like that. The voice won't grab it. Now people were saying that it's because of RZA. I don't think he needs RZA, to be honest with you. Cause RZA, he on some other shit now. He in space somewhere. He in Hollywood. Like he all the way out there. Like Ghost don't really need a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? Overseeing his project no more. He needs some of these guys that understands his sound today. Now he said he was coming out with Supreme Clientele 2. We've been hearing that for about 10 years. We've been hearing that for about 10 years now. And I remember when they was reading, they was talking about bringing Kanye up there. I said, nope, don't bring that nutty nigga up there. Don't bring that nutty nigga Kanye West up there. We do not need that energy up there. We do not need that nutty nigga up there. That nigga music has been hit and miss for 10 years now. He ain't had a hot album since My Darkest Twisted Fantasy. So keep him far away from Ghost. See, this is what a lot of niggas is doing. Hip hop, right? Exactly. This is what a lot of these dudes is doing. They holding on to the old Ye. They thinking the old Ye gonna come back. The old Ye is gone, man. The new Ye is here to stay. He's in the doom ship right now. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to be nowhere near Ghostface. Especially with Ghost's voice the way it is at this time period with his new epic flow. No. He almost ruined Nas's album. Now Nas did his job. But see, Nas did his job on the Nasir album. But see, Kanye had so much bad press. He had so much bad press that overshadowed and overlapped. It rubbed up on Nas. Niggas didn't want to hear nothing with Kanye, because Kanye was tripping at the time. Yeah, he been gone. He ain't coming back. Ghost don't need to be nowhere near that nigga. It's one thing though. It's one thing. See, people was giving him a pass because he was knocking it out the ballpark musically. He ain't even doing that anymore. He ain't even doing that anymore. He ain't giving us no more bangers. He ain't give us nothing to touch your ribs. So, I would not have that nigga nowhere near Ghostface's album. Straight up. Him or RZA. Their respect, their accolades are all the way up to the top tier of championship runs. But these dudes do not have the ear to pretty much present themselves to do Supreme Clientele 2. Supreme Clientele, I have DJ Muggs up there. There's a lot of sick producers up there that can give Ghost that sound. Straight up. And I was like, man, my interest lost completely when he said that he wanted Kanye to do the whole thing. I said, no. Ghost gonna need somebody with some youth to bring that channel energy to a new generation. Like Nas did Hit Boy. Hit Boy got Nas in his pocket. Now, people can say what they want about Hit Boy, but he got Nas back motivated. You know? Who you suggest for Ghostface Killah? That's a good question. Yeah, I will have DJ Muggs up there, because DJ Muggs is in his pocket right now. DJ Muggs is definitely in his pocket right now. He needs somebody to bring his aggressive sound back. Because RZA, and Kanye, they out of here. They ain't even in hip-hop no more. But Muggs will be a great choice, because Muggs, he got aggressive production. He got aggressive dark production. And I've been listening to that Soul Assassins album all week. Shit is crazy. If you a hip-hop head, definitely check out Soul Assassins 3. That joint there is pure hip-hop right there. He need to get a lot of these young producers too. See, these young producers, they know the channel of the streets. He need to get at the team that Griselda, 38 Special, and all them niggas is working with. He need to get with them. He need to go ahead and get with them. Because they bringing the new trademark New York sound. Ghost don't need to rap about over a bunch of guitars and instruments. Let that nigga give him some hard shit. That's what Ghostface is. Definitely check that out. I'm giving you the recommendation. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna start doing every Monday or every Sunday, I'm gonna have a top 5 either albums or top 5 hip hop tracks, King Eric Productions picks of the week. That gives y'all something to check out for, cause my ear is to the streets. There's a lot of good music out there, and it's just getting slept on. There's a lot of good music. Definitely a lot of good music. But definitely, I would probably get Alchemist. Alchemist could bring some. He could bring that soulful vibe out of Ghost. Alchemist. I say Premier. Ghost has never rapped over a Premier beat, and Premier is still in his pocket. Premier, he already did Pete Rock. He don't need to do Pete Rock. I need to hear Ghost on the Premier. That would be crazy. Because if he gonna live up to that title, he gonna have to bring some hitters. See, these OGs, they be too cheap to get good production. That's another problem too. The beats be sounding all cheap. Yeah, Alchemist and Premier be dope. Yeah, especially DJ Premier. Cause Premier, he could bring an animal out of you. He could bring an animal out of any artist. He got niggas bumping Royce the 5'9". Niggas won't even bumping no Royce the 5'9" in the whip. They won't bumping no Royce the 5'9". Premier gave him the stamp, and now look. Shoot, DJ Premier, when he stamp you that nigga, you could go, you can't fumble the ball after that. You won't hear Royce the 5'9" bumped everywhere. Ghostface and Hit Boy. I don't know. Ghost's approach is more aggressive than Nas's. Nas's has a more laid back flow. Ghost is straight punch you in the face type shit. Nas can see Hit Boy can deliver for Nas because Nas raps over trap beats. Nas is willing to rap over anything, and he can do it. Hit Boy can get Nas into any energy. Ghost, he's more so aggressive. East Coast guy. East Coast hip hop. He needs somebody that's gonna straight hit him with the smash mouth. He needs them chairs thrown, hit nigga over the head type music. That's what he needs. Hit Boy, I think Hit Boy. See, people give a lot of shit to Hit Boy, man, but Hit Boy done channeled Nas's confidence back. I think Nas kind of lost his confidence because you go through it. You go through it when you go through a new stage in life. The game is changing. New sounds, new acts, and you feel like you gotta compete. That's why a lot of OGs like Nas, Eminem, and Jay-Z, they found ways to embrace the new generation, so therefore they could go another decade. Jay-Z, he'll drop a verse every year. Eminem, he'll drop a mysterious verse every other month. Nas is dropping albums like crazy. And see, I think when your business is handled, they feel more in that corner pocket to drop music. See, a lot of niggas, when they building their business ain't handled. Their contracts is bad. They sign 380 deals. They don't feel motivated to deliver no music. So they just act a fool on the gram for clout. Nas is doing a legendary run for everybody, for real. Like, he's really rapping. I don't care what these dudes do in their personal life. Just give us the music, you know? I don't care about who you sleeping with. I don't care who you fighting, nigga. Just give us the music. But yeah, Ghostface and Hit Boy, he might give Hit Boy a beat or two, but I don't want Hit Boy to do a whole Ghostface album. I don't want Hit Boy to do a whole Ghostface album. I have Rock Marciano do some stuff for Ghost too. Rock Marciano is dope. A lot of people don't know nothing about Rock Marciano, man. Rock Marciano the reason why these niggas rapping how they rapping now. He brought that whole drumless style to the equation. That laid back drumless style. How am I just now seeing this top in my favorite Wu member? Yeah, man. Ghost is that dude, man. It's just that when his voice changed, it kind of like threw me for a loop in terms of his projects. Because when you get older, your voice changes. That you can't help that. Now, some rappers, they're just like aliens. Like Nas, he's just an alien. Nas is still rapping like he's in his 20s. I don't know what got into Nas. I don't know what got into Nas. Nas is still touring right now. Nas done dropped like 6 albums in 3 years. And he's on tour with Wu. What got into that nigga? Like, let me know, man. Like, I haven't seen an elder specimen in hip hop move like how he's moving. Because you know, a lot of legends, they move, they'll drop you a verse here and there. They'll drop you a verse here and there like Jay doing. Jay drop a verse every other year. Yeah, the illest jewelry in the game, the Wonder Woman bracelet with the gold eagle coming out is legendary. He actually brought that back yesterday at Madison Square Garden. That's why I did this topic, because I'm like, okay, Ghost is coming back in album mode. You know what I'm saying? We got it. We need this right now. Nas is really motivating these dudes to get out there and rap. Shoot. We got to give Nas his props there. Nas is breathing new confidence in these OGs that age ain't nothing but a number. You can still go out there and blaze that shit. Now, the song that Ghost did with Remy Ma, that was garbage. I ain't even like that. He should have just left that in the damn vault. But I understand he's trying to move with a new generation, but we don't need to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that with Ghost. I'm glad that Ghost ain't melt that shit, man. Ghost is that dude, man. But the OGs got to give us music, man. We're fans first. We're fans of the music first. I don't care about these dudes doing lives every day. Just give us the heat. Now, what I like about Raekwon, he could rap till he's in his 80s too. People sleep on Ray too. But see, Ray just needs to. Ray, when he found the production to match his style again, because you know he went through that stage where he was just putting out weak albums. He put out that Cuba Links 2. Then that file was Shaolin versus the Wu-Tang. Now that Shaolin versus the Wu-Tang was crazy. I got the physical copy somewhere. Hold on. Show this to y'all. I think I got it somewhere. Damn. Because, you know, we collect this shit for real, man. I'm going to show you this here. This is the joint that Ghost signed for me when I met him at the show. He signed the 12 Reasons to Die too, and he signed my t-shirt as well. I would have got a picture, but man, I was almost out of my battery was done. But he signed this album for me. You can see the signature right here. I got the Cuba Link shirt. I got the Cuba Link shirt back there. MC8 and DJ Premier gave us the How the West Was Won. People slept on it. I bought that album, homie. I bought that because that's what's dope about Premier. Premier put 8 back on, man. And 8, what happened with 8? What happened with 8 too? His voice changed, and it kind of threw him off for a couple projects. Like, he didn't have anybody to really give him some jurisdiction on how to move with his new voice. Because you listen to MC8 in 94 up from the 90s, 2000, sound like two different people. So what he did was he met with producers to give him more of a chill back flow. His flow isn't menacing as it was, but he picked the right beats to pretty much fit his style now. See, listen to MC8 shit from the 90s and you listen to it now. It sounds like two different people. You know what I'm saying? His flow isn't menacing as it was. It's more laid back and chill, but you know the mindset is there. The content is there. But when your voice change, you got to pick production that's going to match your voice. And big shout out to my man, The Chill. He helped 8 find his pocket again. Because, you know, him and 8 had an issue, and now they back together, and now they've been making great music. And 8 been putting it down. 8 been killing it, man. 8 has a dope run. I might have to do a video on that too. MCA has had a dope run. Past 4 albums been dope ever since 2015. Then he started getting in shape again. He started losing that weight. He started focusing on his health. And that's playing a key role. Now he's focused. Fish Scale is Ghostface best seller bought Iron Man. Hell yeah. People sleep. I think Fish Scale's in the top 3. Fish Scale's definitely in the top 3 next to Supreme Clientele. I think I got Supreme Clientele at number 1. I got that at number 1. I got Iron Man at number 2. I got Fish Scale at number 3. And I would have had Bulletproof Darts at number 4, but you know, if you had the bootleg, then you know that's the real album right there. That's the real Ghostface album right there, the bootleg. If you got the bootleg, then that's the real album. The one in retail, that go to show you the talent that Ghostface has, because he had to redo a lot of songs because of the bootlegging. And now on top of that, the bootlegging, Sony didn't clear a lot of those songs. He had songs like The Sun, The Watch, Good Times, The Twin Towers, Flowers, the original Ghost Showers. Half that shit wasn't even cleared by Sony. That's why he went to Def Jam, so Def Jam could clear those samples. Yeah, Lloyd Banks' latest ever beat has a dark mix and voice. He's an eerie vibe to a listen. Yeah, Banks done found his lane now. Banks done found his lane. He's letting people know what time it is. See, Banks, he found the right beats. He's clicking up with the right type of artist to bring the best out of him. And that's what it takes sometimes. It takes sometimes just linking up with certain artists that can bring that animal out of you. Like, I'm going to tell y'all this. When I was talking to Greg God, Benny is one of those dudes. Benny the Butcher is one of the few of those dudes that can do that. Benny, shoot. Benny make these mainstream niggas step up to the plate and really come with it. I'm talking about J. Cole and Lil Wayne and Big Sean and all of them. Hidden Doors is a great mixtape by Ghostface, but I have to disagree with Fish Scale above Iron Man, hands down. Fair enough. But see, I think I picked Iron Man because just for the simple fact that it's nostalgia for me. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a nostalgia thing for me. Even though Ghost himself didn't like it because he was going through some things and it was basically a Wu-Tang compilation album. Supreme Clientele, I like that more because you get to hear more of Ghost. Now, I don't know if the story is true about Superb writing the Supreme Clientele. I don't know. But definitely a lot of his style is in that album. I don't think he wrote that whole album though. I don't think he did that. He probably gave him some lines, maybe some verses. But I don't think he wrote the whole album. I doubt that seriously. But I do find it convenient that Ghost hasn't really sounded like that ever again. I think it depends on who you involve with which it can. That's an interesting debate itself. Hold on a minute. Damn. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, I'm back for a minute. Oh, Supreme Content, the world couldn't touch Ghost, the purple tape. Oh man. Yeah, man, that Supreme Clientele, that was too much for niggas at that time. We talk about Cobra Clutch. We talk about Child's Play. We talking about Saturday Night, Ghost Dini, Apollo Kids. Buck 50. Buck 50 was one of the craziest verses I ever heard from Ghost. Super capital better dibby dabby docious. Super capital better dibby dabby super. I ain't understand nothing on Supreme Clientele this nigga was talking about, but it sounded so dope. Mighty healthy. I mean, come on. I couldn't understand nothing this nigga was talking about. I ain't understand 95 of what he was talking about. But it sounded so damn dope, man. It sounded so dope, man. Like, I was like, man, come on. Let's be real. You'll be confused as hell trying to decode Supreme Clientele. Let me see. Yeah, Bulletproof Walls didn't roll up to Supreme Clientele, even though it had dope songs. Well, it wasn't Ghost's fault. It was the label's fault because the label didn't want to clear that album. Half that album. Oh, I forgot this song. You forgot this song, Spirit One. What about The Forest? The Forest. Y'all remember The Forest, right? Where he did his version of Ice Cube's Gangsta Fairy Tale when he was introducing cartoon characters into chaotic situations. Shaggy shot dead in his hoodie. I thought I told Buddy. And he even had the sample issues with that shit. Because of the original version, he quoted Annie. But the label couldn't clear that because they wanted too much money. But The Forest was one of the craziest songs ever. He took Ice Cube's Gangsta Story telling and then took it to a next level. Gangsta Fairy Tale. Humpty Dumpty, the fact that Humpty Dumpty fell off the fence. Oh man, he was going off with that shit. The Smurfs fell out laughing. Heckle told Jekyll. Oh man. When I heard the song one, I loved the beat but couldn't decipher what he was saying. But I love how you believe. Nigga, I couldn't understand nothing he said, but it sounded so good. I couldn't understand or decode nothing what he was talking about. That's one album right there where we listening to it, we like, damn, that nigga, that shit dope. I couldn't see The Forest. Hold on one second. I think YouTube must have retracted a comment or something. That'd be happening up here to me. But I'm gonna be definitely doing more lives, man, because you know that brings the traffic too. I love interacting with the people. But if you did, they probably retracted the comment for some weird reason. I don't know, man. YouTube is funny style like that. But yeah, that Forest joint was crazy, man. That nigga said, one of the crazy lines that nigga said. He said, "What big babe heat you have?" He replied, "Fuck my gun, I'll eat you fast." He said, "What great big teeth you have?" Motherfucker, you better look at all the beef you have. But yeah, man. The other game, man. But then he did the R&B album. I think he did the R&B album called Wizard of Poetry, which was pretty good. And that was the last time that you heard Ghost's voice like that. Then his voice started changing after a while. But if this freestyle is an indication of what to come, we may be in for something special. It don't even have to be Supreme Clientele 2, because I don't think he can do that again. But if this album that he's putting out is going to be something that he said, don't forget the Big Door Rehab, Yolanda's house, where met the man in Yap City, where he talked about shooting the man in the face and the nose piece was stuck to the shirt. I'm telling you, man, Ghost is one of the craziest original storytellers ever. Bar none. Bar none. Oh, and yeah, people forgot about the Pretty Tony album. That's one of my favorites as well. That's one of my personal favorites. And that song with Jadakiss, Run! Oh my God, that's a hype joint there. I never listen to Wizard of Poetry. It was pretty good. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty good. It showed a different side of Ghost. That song he did with Raheem Devon was dope. That song Raheem Devon was very dope, man. But see, he carried what's dope about Ghost. He carried the Wu through the next 2000. When the Wu started falling off, he picked up the ball and ran with it. He Tom Brady that shit. He Tom Brady that. Went on a win streak of 4 different albums. And then when it fell off again, because what happened with the Wu, they started falling out again. Ray picked up the slack, dropped Cuban Links 2 on their ass, and then followed up. Then Ray carried the flag. Interesting enough, a lot of them is not really rocking with RZA like that. But definitely check out the Wizard of Poetry. But you know what? Another project that should have came out, I wish it did, was the joint he did with MF Doom. That should have came out. Him and Doom had some dope songs. Doom did a lot of production for Fish Scale. Him and Ghost got some dope chemistry together. Can you imagine how the game would have looked if that came out? Can it be when it's all so simple, man? It's a real situation where he got shot at. Yeah, man, Ghost is so much of a discreet storyteller, dog. He is such a discreet storyteller, man. Like, he's one of the few that can really paint dope visuals on that pen. And have you imagining yourself being there. You know what I mean? That's how dope Ghostface Killah is, man. But yeah, I'm letting y'all know that project is going to be coming out. I think he's probably going to drop it on the 4th quarter. He's probably going to drop it on the 4th quarter where it's going to be less competition. It seems like RZA got to get some fades out the way. Man, I got to give RZA some credit, though. RZA dealt with a lot. I personally wouldn't trust him with the production anymore, but I got to give that man this props. Him, Divine, and Power for putting this shit to the table. Making the Wu-Tang household a global phenomenon and household names. He took 9 niggas out the projects. Some of them already had beef. Put them together like the mafia. And created a worldwide brand. And I don't blame him in a way. If y'all watch the Wu series, I'm like, yo, I don't blame RZA for getting the fuck out of there, yo. Dealing with them egos every day. Shit. On the Wu song Cartel. Yes, sir. I don't blame that nigga, man. I don't blame him, man. He did his part, though. He took all of them out the projects. You know? He took them all out the projects, though, so I got to give RZA his due on that one. But I'm thinking the beef with, though, is the musical direction. They don't want RZA to pretty much handle the production no more. Because his ear ain't really to the streets like that. You know? He in Hollywood now. I bet you this. When niggas get money, they ain't really listen to rap no more. Kanye even told today. He said he don't even listen to rap in his house. When niggas start getting that bread, you know what I'm saying? They start sleeping in them satin sheets. They ain't thinking about hip hop no more. They trying to get far away from hip hop because it takes them back to the struggle. It takes them back to the dungeons. Them niggas be sitting there eating. Man, they be sitting there eating duck. They be sitting there eating sweet potatoes out the bowl. Shrimp. They trying to block that struggle so far in the back of their mind. On the Wu song Careful, Ghost was spitting on that coded. I know every word is first. Yeah. The W album was actually pretty good. I like the W album. A lot of people didn't like the W album. Because to me, that was the last real Wu album. Everything after that, I wasn't feeling. I wasn't feeling Iron Flag. I wasn't feeling 8 diagrams. That was a disaster. What's the name of the other one they dropped? A Better Tomorrow. I wasn't feeling that either. Cause I think the struggle came when RZA wanted to oversee everything. It's kind of like what Little Brother's going through right now. Where Knife Wonder wanted to come in and he wanted to oversee everything, and them niggas tell Fonte told him, look, man, you can't oversee everything. You gotta wait in line, buddy. You ain't been with us. You left to hang with Jay and them. You left the brand. You don't come back and dictate the brand. So we'll just take what we gonna take. And I think that's what's going on with the Wu. That's what's going on with the Wu right now. Cause you know RZA is off in his own world. Ray and Ghost and all these other guys, they listen to what's going on with hip hop. So RZA comes back down off the weird jet. Yo man, let me go ahead and do your whole album. And then you start playing the beats. That shit ain't the Resurrector. It's some hippie shit. I mean, and they listen to it like, man, look, we took the risk already with Wu Forever. We gave you a pass just for the simple fact that you lost a lot of our shit in the flood. We give you a pass off that, homie. But and Wu-Tang Forever still felt like a Wu-Tang album. Everything else after that didn't feel like a Wu-Tang album. Iron Flag, they put that shit out just to match fourth quarter sales. They just did that. That album was definitely a rush job. You could tell it was a rush job. They wanted to match the fourth quarter because Loud was going through problems and Sony was pushing that line to acquiring them. First album since ODB passed. Yeah, with ODB passed, that was it right there. That was the heart of the group right there. That was the heart of the group right there. So, with that happening, RZA come back down, and he giving them shit that he work on his movies. It won't gonna work. It won't gonna work, man. It wasn't gonna work at all. That's where the clash came. However, there's one thing you gotta look at in this business, especially with groups. When you're in groups, though, RZA did make a valid point. When these guys start getting with these new lawyers, it kind of start driving the wedge within the brotherhood. Because the lawyer going to sit there and talk some bullshit to you and be like, oh yeah, he ain't pay you this. Your brother ain't pay you this. Your brother been taking your money out of your pocket. All while in the meantime, he pocketing half under the table. He's making you sign agreements to where he gonna get a chunk of what you make. These lawyers is crooked, man. And I think these lawyers, they be trying to pull a wedge on the brotherhood. RZA addressed that. He was like, man, this Ray and Ghost got with this guy. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. He ain't read no paperwork. He's got in their heads. He got in the head to where they ego tripping now off money. I never heard Wu Block either. Wu Block, I didn't really like either. I didn't really like Wu Block either. Wu Block was like a rush job to me. They just did that. Just to please a deadline. Because that was mostly a Ghostface Chic album. That was mostly a Ghostface Chic album. We was sitting there respecting all the Wu-Tang members and all the Lox members. That shit was nothing but a Chic and Ghost album. So we was kind of disappointed with it. It could have been better. If they really would have put their head to it, it could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot better, man. But I think that was a rush job. They did that for a bag. But, yeah, man. That's who Ghost need to holler at, man. Ghost need to holler at some producers that's going to bring that animal out of them. We talk about, if we talking Supreme Clientele Ghost, nigga, you need to get at Muggs. You need to get at, who else that nigga? What's that nigga name? Get some of the people that produce for 38 Special. Get 38 Special. Get Rock Marciano. Um, Alchemist. Cause who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell you this too. Hold on one second. Big shout out to Ill Bill. Ill Bill got one of the dopest. Ill Bill's one of the dopest to do it too, man. People don't know nothing about Ill Bill. Ill Bill is raw. Ill Bill know how to put out dope albums, man. So I'll get Ill Bill on that joint. I'll get I have Westside Gun curate the album. That's what needs to happen. Westside Gun need to curate the album. Let Westside Gun picks the beats. Let Westside Gun pick the features. Let Westside Gun pick and engineer a lot of that shit. Cause he has a good understanding of what's going on currently. Westside Gun should engineer that. Ghost need a young producer. Nas is the hit boy. I think Westside Gun would be good for him. Westside Gun could give him some dope shit for real. He'll have these producers channeling his sound. Because he's influenced by Ghost, so it's only right. Don't let it be Ye. Get Ye out of there. Ye is in the halfway house. We don't need to hear him. Get him the fuck out of here. We don't need to hear him. Westside Gun need to curate Ghost's album. I'll put that up there. Since I have a good voice in off the cuff radio and in the hip hop community, I'm gonna make the pledge to Westside Gun. And if Benny, because I know that camp, the Black Soprano family, if y'all listen to this video, this is me, King Eric, letting y'all know that we want Westside Gun to curate Ghostface's album. Do this for us. Put the word out for us. We need this. That's what we need, man. Ghost needs that. I think that'll work. The ringer could be up there. He could give him some of the drumless shit. It's all good. Ghost and Gun. Yes, sir. Bring Rock Marciano up there. Bring 38 Special. Bring Conway. Lloyd Banks. Him and Lloyd Banks can go back and forth. It can work. It could definitely work. It could definitely work. Buffalo meets Shaolin. Then Westside can give him the crazy artwork. You know what I'm saying? All it takes. Westside Gun will be perfect. I just hit the nail in the head with that one. Westside Gun needs to curate Ghostface's album. But yeah, enough of me talking. I'm about to play y'all some tracks. I'm about to shut this live down and I'm about to come back and play some tracks on the IG live. So y'all come through over there. I'm about to play the top 5 of the week. So look out. I'm about to do more lives this week as well. I'm going to start talking to y'all more. I'm going to have more content being uploaded. So be on lookout for that as well. So yeah, I'm about to shut this live down. I'm about to upload some new music. Top 5 of the week. King Eric, top 5 of the week. Holla at your boy. Peace.